Okay, so I'm also going to do, um, I'm just going to let you guys kind of see my journey. This is all part of my spiritual journey, obviously. And so this is the part of that is my journey with human design. So, human design has given me insight into how I was designed and why I was put here on purpose. And so every day I just look at a certain part of that and reflect on that and dive a little deeper. And so today's gate is 18. And what a gate is basically a gift. And so, and we all have different gifts, and this is one of mine. And what this is the desire to fix what's broken. So when that's not being used as a gift, then it can show up in your life as judgment, self-criticism, perfectionism. And that's basically where I've lived for the last 48 and 3/4 years, right smack dab in the middle of judgment, mostly of myself, but also of others. I have thought that if maybe I state my flaws, that maybe that'll keep me safe, because when somebody else notices them, because they're bound to, right? At least that was my thoughts. Like, I have so many that I don't want to hear it. So maybe if I tell them, then it won't hurt as much if they say it. Or maybe if I say it first, then they'll say, oh, no, 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 no. That's not true. And then I'll feel better for a minute, right? So that's how I've lived my life, almost all of it. My humor is kind of self-deprecating, and yeah, so that's kind of how I've lived my life. And I didn't even realize I was doing it necessarily until I started reflecting on this gift. And what I've learned from this is that if I use this gift properly and I stop judging myself and instead see that it is a gift and that I have lots of gifts, and the flaws that I thought I had, they are just unrealized gifts, and I just need to learn how to use them properly. And everybody has these. They're not all the same, but we all have gifts because God designed us to come down and share those gifts and show His light. And He put Jesus within us so that we can, and He gave us tools, and if we use those properly, we can see His plan better. So when I started using this gift properly, when I started seeing how I was using it incorrectly, it automatically made it correct. Does that make sense? When you see how something's done wrong, you can feel the difference. Just this little shift, this little reframe of how I think about myself. And so I'm still learning, to love myself. 48, almost 49 years old. Still learning to love myself. But in doing that, in loving all these little things about myself that I used to see as flaws, and just switching it, like a little switch in my head, I have learned to love others and learned to let others love me, which is huge in my life. Huge. Things that used to irritate me now soften me. And I can see the beauty in others where I used to criticize because really I just didn't like what was wrong with me. It wasn't even about them necessarily, right? And so I've switched that little switch in my brain, and it still flips back every once in a while, but I'm getting better. And the more I believe that God put me here for a purpose, and the more I can see the design that He gave me and honor that, the more I can not only see that design, but I can see the way that God loves me, the way that God sees me. And that's amazing. I've never been able to do that. I've preached it. I've told my kids it. I've told other people that. People have told me that, but I've never been able to do it. And so that's a huge gift that human design has given me. And I'm just so, so grateful for it.